a song again?
Yes, you should.
All right. Do. Welcome to the CouncilCast.
Wow. It's all day. He's got those tunes all day.
Just make it up. Just let me know when you need a tune, and the CouncilCast will supply one for you.
I love it.
Welcome to episode number 68 of the CouncilCast, being recorded on February 12th, 2019. The council is now in session, and as with every week, we'll make arbitrary decisions about topics on science, technology, and random shit with little background and next to no expertise. All CouncilCast decisions are final and have no bearing on anything whatsoever. So welcome to this week in the CouncilCast.
They do have a bearing on something I found out recently.
What was that?
My feelings. When you guys vote opposite me, it hurts my feelings.
My feelings. I just have a lot of feelings.
I would like to apologize, but this CouncilCast has no feelings attached to it. So we're going to start off tonight with our topics on science, actually.
Yes!
And someone who does not have as many feelings as Silas does, which would be the sun.
Okay.
Apparently the sun, I thought this was kind of interesting. Some researchers, some scientists, are predicting that the sun could actually turn into a crystal ball. I mean, that sounds pretty neat. But it won't be able to tell you your future yet, because you'll most likely be dead.
Yeah, that makes me sad a little bit, because I would love to see my future in the giant crystal ball of the frozen, from a frozen planet, Earth. How long would we, Earth would have been gone for millions of years too, right?
Most likely.
Bigger number than that.
Sad. Billions of years?
Billion?
Quadrillions.
I could only hope that at that point in time, somebody is smart enough to harvest the crystal from the sun and turn it into something cool.
Space bandits.
People are just going to be zooming around collecting space crystals.
Giant ass space crystals. Well, think about this, though. I've often heard people talk to, like, the reason we haven't found life, extraterrestrial life, we haven't found life outside of Earth, is because
they don't have crystals.
Well, no, essentially we are, in the galaxy, we are like ants to humans. And so when ants are doing their thing, they could barely even notice if we walk by. No, strike that, reverse it. We don't even care. And we're so big that, like, we don't really interact with them on a day-to-day basis sort of thing. So as other space beings are zooming around the galaxy, they're just like, oh yeah, look, man, look, some of those little tiny things are down there doing their thing. So I bet if the sun did turn into a giant space crystal, there would be space miners out there picking up, like, with just a little, like a little to them ice cream scoop, picking it up and, oh, look at them, they're sifting it out of the Milky Way.
They actually eat it. That's what they survive on.
They eat space crystals. Huh. I feel like I learned a lot about science just now.
I think it's pretty interesting. I mean, I guess it's kind of cool, but it's really just a frozen star. So eventually the sun collapses upon itself and turns into a white dwarf and then eventually freezes. So
sad.
Into tasty ice cream. So, I mean, thumbs up for tasty
ice cream. You said ice cream. Matt, how are you voting on this one?
I think you know.
Can we hear it?
Thumbs up for space.
Blaine has just started making sure that every science episode has a space thing for Matt to say his catchphrase.
Well, I mean, the next thing coming is
yeah, I mean, this one is maybe not so thumbs uppy, but Mars One, which was a company that was going to send hundreds of people to live on Mars with a one-way ticket to Mars. That is, you are never going to come back.
Oh yeah,
they are now bankrupt.
Oh. So they took all these people into their program, sent them to Mars, and have no money to communicate with them anymore.
Yeah, everybody got bamboozled on this deal.
I'd say.
Yeah. So I think that they first came to light because they had put out a big thing a couple of years ago, I want to say, where they're like, sign up for our space program. We're going to
We talked about it on CouncilCast.
We probably did.
I definitely remember it because I was like, wait. At that point in my life, I had nothing going on in my life. And I was like, you know what? This might actually be the right choice, signing up for this, because I have nothing right now. I had CouncilCast, and that was it.
Well, if you did sign up, you would be essentially back where you are back then and have nothing anyway. So
that'd be a long way to get to nowhere.
But yeah, apparently they are now over. I did hear some things that they're maybe talking to a investor who is interested in maybe still continuing it. But for now, nobody's going to be going to Mars on a one-way ticket from these guys. So
damn it.
I wonder what happens to everybody. Like, I'm assuming they took these people in and started doing some training. Like, what do you do now that you're not going to Mars? Are you like, hey, give me a job? I learned how to live on Mars.
Yeah, well, maybe NASA would be able to, like, maybe they would be better candidates for NASA.
Maybe Elon Musk should hire them and send them to Mars on his new rocket.
Oh, definitely. Without a doubt. Hear that, Muskie baby?
There you go. So I'm 100%. I found this kind of interesting, and I see that Matt dropped off here, but they apparently gained a lot of their money by ads.
Whoops.
So they were. Oh.
Go away.
Oh, hi, Katie.
Anyway.
Jesus.
And I think part of this was they were going to make a reality TV show during the training that, like,
oh yeah,
because part of the training was you had to go put a bunch of people inside of a habitat together, and like you had to be in it for a year or something. And I think they were going to turn it into a reality TV show and be like, watch people go crazy.
So they never wanted to go to Mars. They just wanted to make a reality TV show.
I think
they failed.
Is that actually accurate?
I don't know, but that's what it seems like now.
Apparently it said, additionally, Mars One did not manufacture any aerospace hardware, but claimed it would fund and purchase all of the equipment necessary by creating a reality TV show that would follow its candidates as they prepared for the mission.
That's when they started losing funding, as soon as they thought that into existence. That's immediately when the program stopped being a program.
They actually realized that they could make way more money by having a reality TV show than send somebody to Mars.
Uh-huh.
But it did not work out, so
sad. Well,
I mean,
you know how I'm gonna vote?
Thumbs down.
Thumbs up for reality TV shows. Thumbs down for not sticking with your promises.
Thumbs down for not getting to go to space.
Thumbs up for failing and not creating yet another reality TV show.
Yeah,
I'm good with that.
Concur.
What doesn't need its own reality TV show is AMD releasing.
That was a really lame segue.
Hit or miss. Some are better than others.
I mean, it's about as good as you're going to get around here. So
fair enough.
But AMD officially released their Radeon 7 graphics card this last week.
Nice.
And I put this in here because there's a little bit of a dual purpose to this card, it kind of sounds like. This is the first card from AMD for consumer graphics that uses their 7-nanometer process, which gives you a little bit more benefit on terms of power, efficiency, all that sort of thing. And they do have it marketed towards gamers, but they also are marketing it towards creative content creators.
Good.
So the thing here, and this I think is interesting. So they're talking about this card. It basically is a copy of their Instinct card, which is already a workstation card.
Mm-hmm.
But the biggest deal here is they took out some double precision performance, and they knocked out, they're not calling it a workstation card, and they took off, by doing that, you don't have as expensive a card. It's still $700, but you're not paying workstation class prices. And they put enough memory on it. There's 16 gigs of memory on it.
That's a lot.
And with
Wow.
that 16 gigs, they actually have enough. They have a bunch of stacks of this high bandwidth memory HBM, and they actually have their memory speed can hit 1 terabyte per second going
What?
to their memory. Yes.
That sounds fast.
So the whole idea is that, for content creators, you're usually, working with very large video files, 4K video files, 8K video files, that you're shoving it on and off of your graphics card a whole bunch. And that this would, first of all, you have enough memory to handle all of those videos, but then second of all, you've got the bandwidth to really shove a lot of video around without wasting a lot of time.
So interesting.
So it makes things better.
I wonder how long before they stick something like this into well, that looks massive. They're not putting that into a
laptop.
Into a laptop. Sad.
No, this is more desktop only at this point in time, but it's really for the content creator. It's for guys who want kind of who also do some high performance gaming, more or less. It's about on par performance wise. It sounds like or just about on par with kind of the AMD NVIDIA's 2080 card, I think, in terms of, or 2070 card, I guess, gaming performance wise. So,
And I was debating between this card and the 2080, and I landed on the 2080 and literally installed it 15 minutes before this started.
Oh wow.
Yeah, the general gist is, if you're doing strictly gaming, I mean, the 2080 is the same price, right? I think it's $700 ish.
And the biggest thing that swayed me was the fact that I already have a G-Sync monitor.
That's fair. So that's going to hold you up a little bit, but yeah, it's an interesting card. It kind of sits, in my mind, it kind of sits in the same world that NVIDIA has their Titan graphics cards, which are kind of high-end gamer, not quite a workstation card though either. So again, you get these content creator guys who can buy them, get a lot of performance without having to spend a shit ton of money. So
yeah, that just confuses me. Why do they call it a workstation card if it's not? Is it supposed to be? Are their low-end workstation cards still more powerful than this?
It depends on what you're doing. The biggest thing that they cut back on is the double precision compute. And so I don't know. I don't really know how that impacts like content creator guys, but I know that impacts more on like the scientific guys who need to do really large and accurate number crunching.
Who need to do science?
Yeah, so that's really where they're backing off on, and so you get better double precision compute by going to a workstation card. Like this is still it's good. It's better than a standard consumer graphics card, but it's not as good as a workstation card. And for some reason, that seems to be the defining factor between graphics, consumer graphics, and workstation is your double precision compute.
Got it. Okay.
So if that's something you need, there you go. So I give it a thumbs up because AMD came out with this. They announced this back at CES as a total surprise. And they came out, they said, here's a new graphics card. Nobody was expecting consumer graphics cards. And as we all know, CES happened just over a month ago. And they said, oh, by the way, it's going to come out on February 7th. So I give them props for coming out with something that seems to be competitive.
Yeah.
Ish. And reasonably priced ish. And doing it quickly. So more competition is good.
I agree. Very, very cool. Thumbs up for me. For no other reason than I like technology. I love technology, but not as much as you see. But I still love technology.
What the hell's happening?
Always and forever.
That might be our new intro song.
Well, it's from the end of Napoleon Dynamite, so we'll have to get a copyright waiver, but it should be all right. I'm sure that the creators of Napoleon Dynamite love and watch our podcast on a regular basis. So,
well, I was imagining you were just going to sing it so then we can cover it as a cover song. So,
oh, well, if we do it as a cover,
yeah,
fair use.
There you go.
I don't think it is.
What might not be fair use is Google planning changes to Chrome that may
Uh-oh.
break ad blockers.
Ooh.
So I think everybody on who has ever used the internet knows that ads are everywhere.
Of course, Google figured out a way to block the code blockers so they could get their ads, make more monies.
They claim that it's not because they want to make ad blockers not work. It's due to some other reason that I don't fully. I don't. It had to do with how many things can be in like a list or something. And
It's about this is the example that they give. They're talking about changing the way that Google handles extensions, and most ad blocking is done via extensions today. And they are going to they're proposing to block extensions from being able to load code from remote servers. And so because of that, that prevents, they're doing it in the sense of good, so it prevents malicious extensions and such like that of being able to run code that you're not really aware of. But it also breaks the way that current ad blocker extensions work in that they are executing some code on a remote server to figure out and basically get rid of your ads. So it kind of has a good and a bad side to it. I'm not sure if the good necessarily outweighs the bad at this point in time.
Yeah, it's like one of those things that we'll see how the market adapts, I guess. I don't know that I only know Python, so I don't know how this is going to affect the rest of the coding world. And by I know Python, I mean I know that Python is a code. Great. I know a lot about it. So
sounds like it.
Yeah, this will be fascinating though to see how it plays out, especially since a lot of the business that I'm doing and helping some of my clients with is based around ads and AdSense and it being blocked or not blocked. So
yeah, and it sounds like the way that they're doing this is, I mean, it may break just the existing ad blockers in the way that they work. Obviously, uBlock Origin is probably one of the biggest, and it will break for them. But AdBlock Plus, for example, apparently uses a slightly different API that would still be able to work. So I'd imagine there's some ways to kind of still get around this for people who are still looking to do ad blocking. But realistically, like you said, AdSense is still a realistic way for people to make money. And if you are using a site and you like them and you don't pay them, you probably should just unblock the ads so that those people you like get paid.
Yep.
So unblock councilcast.com or .org or whatever the hell are you.
So we can get our monies, please.
So we can get our money. Actually, we do not run any ads on our platform. So
yeah, we only have private sponsors like Doritos Locos, Taco Bell.
So if you want to support us, please email your cash at councilcast@gmail.com.
Mail us your cash straight to Gmail at councilcast.gmail.com.
I don't know if you guys, if Google supposedly did do this, would this be? I'm assuming Matt, you're using Google Chrome yet?
Yeah, I use Chrome. I went to Firefox 6 months ago for a while, and I got pissed off at it. I don't remember why I went back to Chrome.
So I mean, would this be enough if they did break it in such a way that you couldn't use an ad blocker anymore? Would that cause you to want to switch
to Firefox
or anything else?
Yeah, almost instantaneously.
What about you, Silas? Do you use Chrome or are you using Safari?
I use Chrome almost exclusively. I use Safari when I am signed into a YouTube account or a Google account that I need to check something on for the public. So I'll pop over to Safari where I'm not signed in and go check out that account, that YouTube page or whatever, and see what it looks like. So
would you switch if this was a problem?
I don't use ad blockers, so it doesn't seem like it'll bother me either way, I guess.
Fair enough.
So nope, I would not switch. I will switch away from Chrome when Chrome doesn't exist anymore, or when Chrome exists to be the thing that will meet all my needs and wildest dreams.
Fair enough.
How, 'How, 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 'How,
About as
racy for
wild
the
as Taylor
CouncilCast.
Swift song.
I'm sure.
Well, I'm
I'm going to give it a thumbs down for being for being a pain in the ass. I'm going to give it a thumbs up for them being transparent after the fact. So,
well, and to be fair, they haven't implemented this yet, so they're just proposing these changes. So we don't know if they're going to be implemented yet or not. So
transparent before the fact.
So I appreciate that, but I'm going to give it a thumbs down if this actually happens.
Because you block
Make
ad?
it easy. I block ads.
Got it. You would.
I do unblock.
I unblock for certain stuff.
Yeah.
I use uBlock Origin, and I know people that use like uBlock Matrix or whatever it is, so you can like choose like what portions of JavaScript and from where you want to be able to run. I've been meaning to play around with that, but I just haven't gotten around to doing it.
So thumbs up or thumbs down?
Thumbs down.
All right. So continuing with our
nearly unanimous decision. Look at us.
Nearly. It's pretty close. If you'd like to hear more, you can email us at councilcast@gmail.com. Speaking of space, we have another one from the International Space Station.
Space tonight.
There's a lot of space.
I'll be interested to see what your response is to this, Matt. I'm excited.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
So, have you guys ever had a clogged toilet before?
Once?
Duh.
Kind of a pain in the ass, right? Literally.
Well,
it was a pain in the ass, and then it became a pain in my side.
So what if you had a clogged toilet, but it ended up being in space? Because that's exactly what happened
was
to astronauts.
Was it like Burrito Wednesday or something?
Oh man, you know the guy
dehydrated burrito.
You know the astronaut who used too much toilet paper just got reamed. Like, you clean up the poop.
I don't think they use toilet paper in space.
They just use their hands. A duvet.
A duvet?
They use a duvet rather than toilet paper
because
they're fancy up there. That's why the toilet got clogged.
I think they just sit on a vacuum cleaner and it sucks it out. So.
Oh my! Sounds like a good way to have your intestines ripped right out of your butthole.
Oh my!
That's why you have to go through astronaut training.
Oh, so you can practice pooping without losing your intestines, or you learn how to stuff them back up inside you. Which is it?
What?
That would be so much. Anyway, the toilet on the space station this last week apparently broke and leaked around 9.5 liters of water into the space station, and they had to clean it up. So, I mean, I can imagine these little, when they have like the water or food and stuff, and it's like these bubbles floating around. I imagine people were not doing that this time.
Probably not. They're like, you know what? This whole air is yucky now.
The interesting thing that I read out of this is that I think they take the solid waste and they actually put it into a giant ball and then shoot it at the Earth and let it burn up. So just like in Joe Dirt.
Nice.
So I didn't know that they did that either. So that was pretty
interesting. So did they just have to did they put it all into an escape pod and jettison it towards the planet?
I mean, I'm assuming that they just cut the entire thing off and shot the whole part of the space station to the Earth and said, "Fuck it, we're done."
And then were they like, "No, don't shoot that. There are no life forms aboard that pod."
Is that how that works?
Something like that. Well, cool. Thumbs up for space.
I mean, I can't imagine that the toilet apparently cost $19 million. So I would.
We've been watching.
Worth better than that.
We've been watching all of Big Bang Theory, and Howard, one of the characters on there, he's an engineer and he designs the toilets for the space station. So I'm hoping that they haven't filmed all of the final episodes and that they have time to work this in as a final joke, but they may not. Who knows?
Well, it sounds like it might not be too bad because they now have apparently recently they installed a new double stall toilet. So
Mm.
don't know if this one's going to get fixed or not, but
A double stall toilet?
yeah,
Oh.
apparently it offers. It says it offers them more privacy for using the toilet.
It doesn't
So I
sound very private.
so I imagine that the previous toilet was just sitting out in the middle of nothing. Like you're just sitting there taking a crap. Hey Larry, how's it going?
Hey, Larry.
I mean, I give this a thumbs up for being resourceful and cleaning up, man, and not eating it.
Eating?
Thumbs up for space.
Yeah, for sure.
Silas,
Oh, say what?
thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
All right, unanimous decision on that one.
I like it.
Instead of toilets exploding, vape pen explosions are the new thing,
Ooh.
and they can be deadly.
Yeah, I'm scared about it.
So, for everybody who's out there who vapes, I mean, I can only
The majority of
imagine.
our listener base vapes.
So not only do you have to worry about dying from nicotine, but you have to now worry about your vape pen exploding and possibly killing you, which is exactly what happened to a 24-year-old man in Texas.
It killed someone?
It did. It
Oh my.
Seems like one in a
apparently
million.
he was smoking his vape pen and it exploded and cut his artery and killed him.
Yeah, I was thinking about taking up vaping as a new hobby, but I don't know. I'm reconsidering now. I mean, there's so many different ways that you can die from it.
I mean, there's at least been 2 deaths from vape pens exploding. So
Lung cancer, heart disease, the pens exploding into your brain. Yeah, I don't think that it's anything I'm going to start anytime soon.
I mean, it reminds me of remember that one video we watched where the guy bit a battery and exploded in his face?
Oh yeah.
I imagine the same thing happens here. I mean, why the vape pen has a lithium ion battery? Why would you want to put that in your mouth? You're going to end up just like that dude.
Yeah. Yeah, you're putting a battery in your mouth. Yeah, you are. Although I do like to lick 9 volts. So where's the connection there?
Just don't bite.
Got it. No biting. No touching. No touching.
You lick but don't bite.
Got it.
Everybody knows that saying.
Everyone knows that saying. Oh man, we just found the title for this week's episode.
Did we though?
Who knows? Who knows these things? I'm going to say thumbs down because I don't like people dying like in any weird horrific ways. So thumbs down.
I'm going to say thumbs down because they need to have better testing of these things before I put batteries in my mouth. So
Yeah.
Also, thumbs down. That's a pretty bad deal.
Anyway, that wraps up our main topics for the council cast this week.
Yes.
We'll move into our most awesome section of Elon Musk pitches.
Yeah.
I don't fucking have anything. I keep forgetting we do this.
All right, we're doing it live.
Doing it live.
So, Silas, you got anything you want to start off with?
I'm going to log into Twitter. You start us off.
I'll start us off. Okay, I did not have one either. So, I think that Elon Musk should. They have toilets in the space station. What if he made a Tesla car with toilets in it?
What?
So that when you're doing your autonomous driving, you got your electric car, you're autonomously driving, you're wirelessly charging the car, driving down the road. The only reason you have to now stop is because somebody has to go to the bathroom. Why stop when you can just have the toilet in your car? So add a toilet into the car. You can just go whenever you need to. No more breaks on your road trips. You can just drive straight through. That's my recommendation.
Wait. So you have toilet
They
seats
already
in your
make cars
car.
with toilets in them. They're called RVs.
No, he wants it in the Tesla 3.
He wants a Tesla RV, is what he wants,
I mean, that would work too.
which would be
If-
pretty great, actually.
If
Probably.
he wants to make a Tesla RV, I'm okay with that.
Are you?
Sure.
Okay,
So I'm going to say toilets inside of a Tesla 3 or a Tesla RV.
Tesla 3 with toilet upgrade or
Toilet upgrade.
Tesla RV. Got it.
I like it.
And this equals unlimited road trips.
I mean, you got to stop though.
No, you don't.
For
You have to stop for gas. You won't
Nah.
have to stop to pee.
Actually, he could use the toilet and recycle your biomass and turn it into fuel for the car, like a Mr. Fusion.
Nice. Road trips. Use bio waste to power car like Mr. Fusion. Now we're talking about a real idea. This was just a silly pretend idea before.
A real dumb idea.
I knew I could
Was it the
rely on
shipmobile?
All right.
Okay.
You gonna vote on my idea?
Oh, I think this is a great idea. I think this solves the car that can drive forever problem that I've been working on since I was 8. I never thought to just like poop right into the car. I didn't realize that shit would be the answer to all of our problems. This is amazing.
What the hell?
I like it. All right. My turn. Matt, do you want to go?
No.
Okay, I will go then. I was thinking about this earlier this week, and I think that I would like to see Mr. Tesla himself, Mr. Elon Musk. I want to see he's always trying to solve lots of energy crises. I think that he should just start implementing, maybe start in one city, somewhere really simple like New York City, having sidewalks that as you walk on them, it generates energy. I was initially thinking like a treadmill style sidewalk, but then I realized that everyone would just be standing still or not moving, not getting anywhere very fast, and would be generating lots of power. So it'd be like a hamster in a cage situation. So I didn't think that was great, but I did see this. I did see this place, this gym that as you stepped on the floor and as you ran on treadmills and as you biked, it was generating energy. So I thought if there was a way for the sidewalks to be some kind of pad is the wrong word, but some kind of sidewalk energy capture thing, so that as people are walking on the streets, it's generating energy.
I think I've seen something like this before, and I like the idea. Somebody just tried this in like Sweden or Norway or something like that. Didn't we talk about this on the podcast?
Did we?
Maybe.
I do remember. I don't think so.
Maybe not.
It was something energy related, but I don't think it was sidewalks that generate energy when you walk on them. All right, Matt. Oh, are we going to vote on it? Do we like this idea? Does it need to be more complicated?
I actually really like this idea because I think that there's a lot of people who do walk on sidewalks. and that's a lot of energy that we are giving away for free.
Mhm.
Somebody's harvesting it, and so I think we should take it back.
I'm going to
So
write that
thumbs
on
up.
there. Stop giving that shit away for free. Cool. Well, thank you for the upvote. Matt, did you vote?
What?
Nice. Yes. Made my day. My feelings aren't hurt this episode. It's great.
Best episode ever.
You have any ideas you're going to add to this week's pitch to Mr. Musk?
No.
I'll just write left blank. No participation points. Send that to Mr. Musk.
Perfect.
Answer left blank, no participation points. Perfect. Cool. And that has been sent to Mr. Musk. Hopefully he'll check it and get back to us.
Yeah, and Mr. Musk, if you're listening to the CouncilCast this week, feel free to email us at councilcast@gmail.com, and we'd love to have you on as a special guest.
Yes.
And with that, I'm going to call this council meeting adjourned. Thank you for listening. We record this podcast live Tuesday nights on YouTube. And if you liked what you saw and want to check out all of our past episodes, you can go to councilcast.org. You can also find the audio files on iTunes or your favorite podcatcher.
Yep.
And if you like a topic for us to discuss and make a decision on, you can email us at councilcast@gmail.com or connect with us on Twitter at RealCouncilCast. Thanks for listening, and goodbye.
Goodbye.